Hey, everybody, we're here in the middle of May. It's a little past halfway to the conclusion of May. And I'm back with one of my favorite people in the world, the goddess of the grapes, Stephanie Simoes. How you doing?
I love my new nickname. Thank you so much for having me, Zach. So funny. I'm doing well. I'm so excited to be here. You know, these organizations shared the last time around everything that they were doing. So glad to hear from them again. For those of you who might be tuning in who are like, who is she? I didn't tune in before. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie Simoes. I am a cause entrepreneur with One Hope Wine. We are an award-winning Napa Valley winery that gives back to charity with every single bottle of wine. So what I do is I specialize in fundraising, gifting, private wine events, and wine delivery. I love partnering with Zach, you guys. These monthly initiatives are amazing, and we just want to be able to give back to them as much as we can. So with that, I am personally going to be donating $25 for every $50 that we raise collectively as a group for these causes. So, you know, share this around. Memorial Day is coming, you guys. Spring is here, nice weather, barbecues, driveway drinks, all those gatherings and weddings and celebrations too. I know we were just talking about that, Zach.
Oh yeah. Those weird people who get married in the summertime. I'll never understand them.
So
Um,
with that, we do a lot. We have sparkling brut for champagne toasts. We have favor options and all of those things that you can use to complement your gathering, your celebration, can give back to your favorite organizations also, which hopefully you'll be joining us to support the Veterans Ranch and Martyred Angels.
and one of the other cool things that you've got going on, and I can see it right beside you, and that's kind of what's catching my eye right now, is that you guys have a way that every bottle can be specially branded towards the individual who purchases them. And
That's right.
you got like these wonderful bottles that are right behind me, but right there in your hand.
Yeah. So nice that you mentioned that. So this one says cheers to you. And these etched shimmer bottles are right on the website. They can be built into any box order. We have a home sweet home for new homeowners. Real estate agents really like those for gifting as well. So we have some that are standard on the website. And then we're able to personalize them also. So if you're in business and you have a logo that you want to put on a bottle to be able to gift, if you're having a celebration or a wedding or a bridal shower, baby shower, all the things, we can actually put the theme of your event right on the bottle. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but a little birdie told me that not only do we have silver and gold available for etching, but pretty soon we're going to have pink coming as well.
Ah, well,
Uh-huh.
that's almost right in time for other things. So, but yeah, so we're really excited about these two organizations who we are helping in May, as we are still excited about the two organizations that we helped in April. One of the greatest things about what we have done, Stephanie, is that you and I now we have made it to where anybody can donate to these organizations at any time that they purchase wine through One Hope Wine.
Correct. Yep. So if it's not someone that we are hosting that month, please just reach out to me and say, I want my purchase to donate to Project iHeart. Absolutely. We can absolutely do that and we can set it up for you. Yep.
Yep, Project iHeart, the Avery Center, and of course, Martyred Angels and the Veterans Ranch. Tell us a little bit, real quick, before we hear from John Vogels of Martyred Angels. Tell us a little bit about the Hope Foundation.
So One Hope is a cause-centric winery out of Napa Valley. And what that means is every single bottle of wine gives back to make an impact. To date, we've donated over $8 million. We have some of the most accredited winemakers in the industry, Robert Mondavi Jr., Mari Wells Coyle, who are just as invested in the quality of our wine as they are in the impact that we're making through it. It's really incredible. We have this platform to be able to select where we want our charity donations to go. And I'd be happy to share just some quick picks, Zach, of what I think people should be adding to their cart for, the upcoming barbecues for Memorial Day weekend and all the things. Is this a good time for that?
Let's do it.
All right, perfect. I think red, white, sparkling, rosé, all the things. Would love to dive in and share with you guys. We do have a big sale going on, so you can mix and match and build your box any way you'd like and actually save up to 25% while still giving back to these organizations. I'm going to share with you one of my red favorites. This is our hospitality red blend. These are not tasting notes from our winemaker, but I'll tell you, I can taste the cocoa in this red blend. It is absolutely delicious. It's a great wine for barbecues, grilling. I think burgers, because that's like one of my favorite barbecued foods, but really any meats on the grill, this is a delicious pairing with. So just wanted to highlight this one. If you're a white wine drinker, our Vintner Collection Sauvignon Blanc is absolutely delicious. It has just a hint of sweetness. It isn't our driest of dry wine. There is a little hint of sweetness, but it's not sweet. It does finish, like off dry. But also really refreshing to have ice cold on a warm day. Great barbecue pairing, especially with all the appetizers and things. Seafood too. Let's see, which one do I want to do next? All right, I put the sparkling and rosé just in one bottle for you guys. This is our new release of our sparkling rosé. It's delicious. I got to try this one over our conference weekend. It's a beautiful bottle. These are the ones that are going to be able to be etched really soon. And it's just a delicious, refreshing rosé. And it's bubbly. So if you like bubbles, check out this wine as well. And I had to add this one to the lineup. It is a wine club exclusive, but it's been one of my go-tos, and it's absolutely delicious, which is our Argentinian Malbec. And anyone who has ordered this one recently through the website has come back and said, oh my goodness, that wine was absolutely delicious. Like, thank you so much for recommending it. The tasting profile on this one is black cherry, floral, inky, and red raspberry. Really, really good. So those are the few that I want to highlight. Again, up to 25% off going on right now when you build a case of wine. Wine Club, there are additional perks if you enroll in Wine Club. I get asked all the time what the cost is to join Wine Club. It's free. There's no cost. You just get to, take advantage of the benefits when you build a box of wine, and your shipping is free. So
that's fantastic. And I think I'm going to have to try that Argentina. It really actually sounded, that sounded fantastic. So I really think I'm kind of looking forward to doing that. And let's see, what have I got going here? I'm trying to
give you guys QR codes up, right?
Yeah. So we've got our QR codes right here, and we're going to let Stephanie tell us what's going on here.
Yeah, sure. So the first one right on top is our monthly virtual event. So that is our virtual event on Facebook. If you open your camera on your phone and scan that link, it's going to take you directly to the Facebook group where we're highlighting, different seasonal recipes, different food pairings, different wines. And of course, the links to support these two fundraisers are pinned right there on the top as our monthly campaign. If you want to go directly to the fundraising link for either of these organizations, the second one is for the Veterans Ranch, and the third one is for Martyred Angels. Just hold your camera the camera on your phone right up to the QR code, and it will take you directly to the fundraising link through One Hope Wine for those causes.
It's fantastic. I love what you guys are doing. And we will be bringing these both back up, or we'll be bringing these QR codes back up. But we had to pre-record the videos with our buddies today. So the first interview that we're going to watch is from John Wayne Vogels of Martyred Angels. Just to let you guys know, on June 11th, Martyred Angels is having an event in Boulder, Colorado. So if you guys are going to be anywhere near the Boulder, Colorado area, might want to take and stop on by and have a conversation with John. I mentioned this in the interview, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I've gotten to know John personally over the last couple of years, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so thankful that I've had the experience to get to know this gentleman and his family. The beautiful, beautiful family that took a tragedy and turned something that is so unbelievably tragic into something as beautiful and warm and loving as what they've done. So we are, like I've always said, John is one of my idols. He's one of my heroes, and he's going to tell you guys a little bit about what's going on. Please remember that the code is right here behind me right now. You guys can see it right here. Make sure that you scan on that and order your wine, and let's raise a glass to a great cause. So this video here is about 19 minutes long, but this is it's a wonderful video because John can tell you he tells that wonderful story again, which makes it just worth the while. So, but this is John Wayne Vogels of Martyred Angels Foundation, recorded just a little bit this afternoon. So here we go. Hey everybody, this is Zach again. Now we're back here with the halfway point of our May wine celebration with John Wayne Vogels, the founder of Martyred Angels, which you can find Martyred Angels at martyredangelsfoundation.org. Please go and check it out. John, how you doing, brother? Other than running around busy.
I'm doing well, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yep. So we are halfway through this, and we're halfway through this campaign. And what we want to do is we want to ask people to, or ask you to come back on and just give anybody who did not have a chance to listen to our first show, just give them a little preview of what you guys do. And can you also tell us what are some of the things that any donations that come to you are going to be used for? So can you just give like an overview and then tell us what you would use all these donations for?
Absolutely. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. What we do is we help families after the death of a child. This stems from the loss of my son and my wife's son, and our daughter Raven's little brother Bladen, April 9, 2011. He's 3 years old. He accidentally drowned in a pond. What we found is that there was little to no resource for child loss. Found that, I don't know how to even say it, but I just found it surprising that there really isn't anything out there. So we started the Martyred Angels Foundation for that purpose, for that reason, to provide services for families after the loss of a child. And we also help families, children that have lost a parent as well. We do this through our horse therapy program, riding program, which is just one program that we have, but it's extremely successful, very helpful, and really, really good reviews from families and registrants that go through it. We also provide temporary financial support, as well as fundraising to pay for cemetery plots next to the child, or in some horrible situations, children. We also do group support, group camps, meetings. We're teamed with the International Star Registry and, of course, Community Pay It Forward. We're just teamed with so many great organizations to help raise funds for us to provide these services. But we're also in the process of hopefully acquiring property up by Estes Park, to enable us to be able to I guess, to do the equestrian capable lodge concept that we have. And with this idea, what it is, it allows public and registrants both to be able to come in, have a nice place to stay, but also have them access to these horses, and then to have a better understanding of how we use them for our therapy program. And hopes that they will also, through this, become continued supporters and donors, so we can continue to provide services that we do in the event of child loss. I guess that kind of sums everything up into a brief explanation, but if people are interested in why we actually started this organization, I usually advise them to go to our website, at www.martyredangelsfoundation.org and click on the reason page. That tells you the story behind what happened, and gives a better idea of why this foundation was started, this nonprofit was founded. And if you cruise the site, it gives you more information, detailed information on the programs that we have, the sponsors that we have, different areas to go to help fund the organization. Of course, through your organization, Community Pay It Forward, really easy. I mean, with you, all you have to do is shop and and mention the Martyred Angels and provide their receipt to you, and a donation is provided. So that's, I mean, you can't get much easier than that. And there's other ways as well. When you go to the homepage of the website, there's a donate button that we have. We're also linked with King Soopers. People can register their cards, their King Soopers card with King Soopers, and it's just like, you just shop. It's that easy, man. It's so, and what King Soopers will do is each quarter they'll donate, I believe it's 5% of the total of what the person spent purchase at their store. And it can be used at any King Super store, but it's Kroger store. It's really simple. But once again, all you have to do is go to the website, check it out. There's so many different areas to help that doesn't involve taking money personally out of pocket if you can't afford it. And trust me, we definitely understand that. So if you can afford to do that, Community Pay It Forward. Exceptional work you're doing, my friend. Just a great organization you have, and then various other platforms that are on the website.
Yep. One of the other things is, even though May is halfway over, it doesn't matter. Martyred Angels is now a registered 501c3 with Hope Wines. So anytime that you scan this little code right here, from now until whenever, anytime you purchase Hope Wines, a portion of your bottle can go to support John. Martyred Angels can go to support JR Veterans from now on. That's one of the great things about what Stephanie and Hope Wines has done, is that this has also opened up the knowledge of knowing a little bit more about these programs that are near and dear to my heart personally. John, I got to ask you this question. I'm not sure if I've ever asked you this before, but when people come to you, they're coming to you from a very, very difficult situation. We already know this. How many times have you had to have that conversation where the conversation starts out, God, I wish I would have known about you before something else before, or when I lost my child 5-6 years ago? How many times have you had to have that conversation?
Numerous. And once again, the reason for that is because there's little to no availability in the child loss area, and it's surprising. I mean, I'm still surprised about it today. And there was a service here that my wife and daughter and I attended through Boulder County, and I can't remember exactly how many we went to, 2 or 3, no more than 3. Of course, everything was a fog. After Bladen, still have days of fog today, but unfortunately, they didn't. They just didn't feel as though that department required funding. And to my understanding, once again, I hope I'm understanding this correctly, but it's to my understanding, it was there wasn't enough children dying for them to keep the department funded, so they reallocated all funds and closed the department entirely. And we couldn't believe that. So that's another reason why we started this. And definitely let me hit on this, because I can't believe I forgot this. But a shout out to Stephanie, and of course as what was referred to earlier in a message, a goddess of grapes, or as mentioned, the goddess of fermented grapes
There you
with
go.
One Hope Wine. So, yeah, what a great organization that is as well. They're super, super. We are so honored and blessed to be a part of all your programs. What an exceptional honor to have. So thank you all for doing that.
John,
We're truly blessed.
I'll be honest. You and I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. You are, when it really comes to it, you're one of my mentors. You're one of my heroes because of
Oh, thank you, brother.
what you've
God
done
bless you.
with your situation is something that I could never tell you that I understand. I could never. Thank God, because I am not sure if I would be strong enough to do what you did. I really don't know. I know I was strong enough to do what I did after my accident, but
Right.
after losing a child, I'm not sure, John, if I would have been strong enough. Honest, it's just the honest truth to pick up as you did and make such an impact out of something so just tragic, so tragic. And you've always been one of my sounding boards. You've always been one of my heroes because you put together this wonderful program to try to help people out. And I just want to extend my love to you, your daughter, your wife. You guys have done such a wonderful job. You guys are such wonderful people, keeping together as a family and keeping each other up through Bladen and through the challenges that your wife had recently had with her leg, and
Yeah.
now Raven with her little bit of bout of that she's had. You guys have been kicked in the groin many a times, and I just love the hell out of you being able to keep it together. And anything that we can do, we are proud to be associated with you, sir. We are proud of that.
Well, God bless you, my friend. It's and truly, truly blessed to not understand. And I make that statement to people often that I am, without a doubt, I am so happy when I hear somebody say that they don't understand because they're truly blessed to not understand, without a doubt. So it's an honor for us, man, and I appreciate you for that. I can't thank you enough for everything you do, for everything Stephanie, the goddess of fermented grapes, does, and all involved. I mean, if it wasn't for you and organizations like yours and the support that we're getting from other businesses, organizations, individuals, if it wasn't for that, just like any other uh, business or organization, we wouldn't be able to provide the service that we do. So through grants, through all these other areas of funding, if it wasn't for that, we would not be able to do what we're doing. But we're really hoping to be able to acquire this property up by us, as it would be such a huge benefit for everybody. And that's the
Absolutely.
whole premises behind this, is that it benefits everybody. Everybody wins out of this concept. So really hoping to be able to implement it and get it going. And if you don't mind, I want to shout out. We have a June 18th event at the Boulder Elks Lodge number 566. We're doing a fundraiser there. We have two very famous athletes. One is a very famous Colorado runner, Melody Fairchild, and we have a silver medalist Olympian, um, Kara Gucher. That's going to be there. They're going to give a presentation. So please get on the Martyred Angels Facebook page, and you'll see the event posted. And I shared it, and I'm inviting people, but as you know, with Facebook, you're limited on how many invites you can send. So hopefully, people will get on. Of course, please like and share our page, and then like and share and get involved with this fundraiser. It's going to be a great fundraiser. Everybody's going to have fun. We have a band. raffle, 50-50 raffle. We have, what do they call? We're going to have a silent auction with a bunch of donated items. So just get on board, have some fun, spend some time, and be a part of what we're doing.
And that's one of the last things that we need to ask you about. If you want to be part of supporting Martyred Angels, we're going to ask you right now. Give us a call, 303-442-5003. Once again, that's 303-442-5003. And say, hey, you know what? We've got something to donate for your silent auction. We need items. We need to make this supreme great. So if you can't do what you can do, but if you've got something that we can auction off to help support Martyred Angels, we need your help right now. You can either call me, 970-909-0751, or leave a message for John right there at 303-442-5003. Make sure that you're making an impact. Because remember, if you're doing nothing, you're not accomplishing anything. So, John, yeah, I know you got to run, brother. Quick 15 minutes. We've got to stop meeting like this. We need to sit down sometime and have a soda or something. But
I'm
much love,
with you, brother.
You, the family, everyone. We're going to keep supporting you here, and make sure you get on and let's buy some wines. Use this code. I can't turn my arm that way now, but use that code right now through the end of May. Let's support Martyred Angels. Let's support Veterans Ranch. Let's come together, because no one has to go it alone when we all come together. Thank you very much, John. You have a great day.
No, you as well, brother. And just real quick, that we're definitely reaching out to try to acquire more sponsors. So if anybody's interested, like you said, reach out. They can email me at martyredangels501c3@gmail, and I can send them information to become a sponsor. And if you don't mind, also want to include the little motorcycle attachment to the organization. I tear up with this story, but I love telling it. As you're aware, when both my kids turned 1, I would put them on the front seat of the motorcycle with me, and I have a 98 Road King carbureted. And that this is going to be the blessing as to the story. But so anyways, when both my kids turned 1, I'd put them on the front seat of the motorcycle with me. And we do little circles in the cul-de-sac and go up and down the road. So they just absolutely enjoyed and loved these rides. So I come home one day from work, and I had a really long shift, so I was extremely tired. So I came home, and when they would hear me coming home, they'd either have their faces pressed up against the glass on the front door, or they'd be out at the mailbox waiting for their turn. So I pulled up, and I pulled in the driveway, and I'm like, Dad can't give you a ride today. I'm just too tired. I pulled the motorcycle in the garage and parked it, and I never had a reason to lock it up in my own garage. It was very secure, so I didn't have any reason to do that. So I go in the house to make something to eat, and I make something to drink, and it took a little bit of time. And I went downstairs to sit down and relax, and I hear the starter engaging on the motorcycle. I'm like, holy crap. So I get up quick, and I run out, open the door, and Bladen was 2 at this time. Open up the door to the garage, and there's Bladen standing on the tanks. I have 18-inch bars on it. So he has one hand wrapped around the bar, and he's pressing the start button. Now, I never noticed him paying attention to how I started the bike. So he had the ignition switch turned over, and he wanted to go for a ride so bad, he was going to start that bike and take it himself. So he's hitting the start button. I'm like, Bladen, no. And I go out there to grab him. Now he's nailing it, man. So it's grinding, engaging. But ever since then, that bike's locked up. I'm a foot away, man. I don't care. I locked the bike up. But I couldn't think of a better tribute to include that into the organization as well. So we have a motorcycle membership for any riders out there that are interested in getting involved and supporting and flying the patches for the Martyred Angels. That'd be absolutely fantastic as well.
My suggestion to you out there is that this man is full of stories. He's full of good times. John, you've got quite an exclusive, interesting past from the old days of being a musician all the way up to now. So,
Yes,
um,
sir.
you know what? Go to his events, sit down, talk to John. You won't regret it. So, but John, I know that you've given us about 5 minutes more than you really had, but I want to thank you very much. And once again, brother, so much love coming out to you and the family, and continued support from us to you.
I appreciate you, brother. Love you too, man. And you have our full support as well. Just a blessing to have you in our life. So I thank you. I appreciate you.
No, we're here for you always. So, but thank you very much, John.
God bless. I appreciate you, brother.
It's
Wow.
It's hard to sit through that, knowing like he says, every time he tells the story, I laugh so hard, but I'm crying, and it's hard not to, just because the story is so fantastic. Yet, in the end, that's a memory.
Yeah.
And that's one of the only memories he has left of his son. And that makes what he does so much more important. And folks, that's why we're asking you to, not just today, but every day, make a purchase and make it count, because these people are sitting here, they're doing wonderful things coming from a hard place. Nonprofits generally aren't started because, hey, I won the lottery, I'm going to go out and give everything I own to this organization. It doesn't come from a good place. Usually there's a reason why they got started.
He's using his experience and making a difference for others, which is incredible.
Creating those bridges over those landmines that his wife ended up, almost losing their own battles with. So, John, as I mentioned in the video, everywhere, he's just important to me. And I love the family. I love the story. And I definitely support Martyred Angels with all my heart. So something that we love to do here in Colorado, Stephanie, we love to camp. What do you guys have? What kind of wine would you suggest that we take out camping?
Okay, so there's a lot that come to mind, but I'm going to narrow it down to what I would take camping.
Okay.
So what I think about when I think camping is like chillier nights, probably like food on the fire, like barbecue. And I kind of go back to meats again. So what I mentioned earlier with the Hospitality Red Blend, great pick. But I'm also going to throw in our Vintner Collection Cabernet. This one is so nice and smooth for a Cabernet, and it pairs really, really nicely with all the grilled food, grilled meats, burgers, sausage, hot dogs, all the things. So I would definitely bring this cab with me. When you think Cabernet, sometimes you think like that tanniny. This one is super, super smooth. It's one of my favorites. It has notes of dark berries, toffee, and hints of vanilla. I feel like the toffee note in there, I taste almost like a cocoa chocolatey, even though it may be the toffee, but that's kind of how I taste it. So that would be one of my picks. My other pick would be just our brut, our sparkling brut. Our Vintner Collection sparkling brut is delicious, served chilled. It's a bubbly, I feel like it's fun. And this really appeals to, the sweet wine drinkers and more the dry wine drinkers, because it sits so nicely, like right in the middle with a medium sweetness. And you could do a lot with this wine. So I would take the brut with me too. I like bubbles.
Can you explain brut again? You explained that once before in our first campaign. But can you explain what brut means to people who didn't watch our first campaign?
Absolutely. So normally people associate it with champagne. We cannot call it champagne because the grapes were not cultivated in that Champagne region of France. So anything that comes outside of that region that is a sparkling wine, a brut, would have to be labeled as brut. Champagne would have to come from that specific region. So a lot of people associate it with champagne. Yes, it's a bubbly, sparkling brut, bubbly, great for mimosas and all the things, you know. On its own, it's great too.
Well, that's I appreciate you talking about that and going through that one more time. And that's kind of funny that it's all, you know, the story behind it is just because of where the wine where the grapes are grown. So I mean that is kind of
It
a neat
is
thing.
similar to, you know, a port wine that comes from Portugal, you know,
Yeah.
where those grapes come from Portugal. So if those grapes are not coming from that area in Portugal, they're calling it dessert wine. They're not calling it a port. So yeah, it's really funny with how they kind of claim the names
Yep, that's very
for
true.
those different wines.
So our next guest, next wonderful guest is J.R. Smith of the Veterans Ranch. And once again, as you can see behind me right now, here is the QR code you can take and register or buy your wines now. Support the Veterans Ranch and all they're doing. We also announced something inside of here that we're very proud to be able to finally announce, which is the Community Dare to Care shop. You know, and I don't know if you'll like this this tagline too much, Stephanie, but I sure do. We decided we're going to call us, we're the dollar store that cares a hell of a lot more. So because every time you make a purchase with our dollar store that we now own, the stuff comes directly to your door, and every time that you shop, a portion of it's going to VCP, which is the Veterans Community Project, which consists of Brian from Project Die Hard and JR from the Veterans Ranch. So every time you make a purchase, a portion already goes there. And then we're allowing people to pick one more mission to donate to. So every time that you make a purchase from our dollar store, 2 donations are made. I wonder where I got that from.
I love that. And is that on Community Pay It Forward? Like on
That is
your
going to
direct
be-
website?
Yep,
I would
yep.
love to see where that is.
We're hoping to have the link, and we're hoping to have it all up and ready by Monday. We're working really hard on it, and it's just a community Dare to Care shop, because we're asking you, do you dare to care? Is shopping simply shopping? Would you make that sacrifice and shop with our great partners where the products are better anyway?
I love it.
That just to care about somebody else? Well, we hope so. And that's one of the reasons why One Hope Wines and Community Pay It Forward is such a great partnership. So, but once again, we're going to go on ahead and bring on J.R. Smith from the Veterans Ranch in another pre-recorded video. And I don't know if I was fainting or what happened earlier, but let me, before I start this video, just let me share this with you and you'll see what I'm talking about. What am I doing? What is going on there? It's like, you know, and you look here at JR and he's kind of looking at me going, what the hell's he doing?
I'll say this. Giving back feels great. It looks like we're really enjoying the conversation.
Yeah, it's actually probably when I came up with the name, the Grape Goddess, or the Goddess of the Grapes. So, and I was just like, that's it. So, but anyway, so here we go, guys. This is another 19-minute interview, another one well worth your time. So please make sure that you stick around and watch this. This is JR from the Veterans Ranch. Please make sure. Once again, you're going to see the QR code in the background. We're going to bring up the QR codes again when we come back after this video. And then we're going to close it out with a couple more suggestions by the Goddess of the Grape. So here is J.R. Smith from the Veterans Ranch. Hey, everybody. We're here with J.R. Smith from the Veterans Ranch. JR, we are in the halfway point of May, a little over halfway. But we wanted to check back with you and make sure that we can tell everybody more about what the Veterans Ranch does. We really want people to understand what you do and the important part that you play when it comes to helping our veterans.
Well, thanks again for having me on here, Zach. Greatly appreciate it. And hello to everyone out there into the PAC podcast world. You know, the Veterans Ranch started in December of 2017 with the goal and mission of working with our veterans and their families to really get them to lay down heavy coats of burden, walk off a new and improved version of themselves, and the ultimate goal of getting down what we now have is an average of 35 a day veteran suicide problem. You know, we start that really simply by putting one of these simple things in your hand. It's called a groom and brush. You know, we're just going to get you to start working a rhythmic motion of grooming that horse, building a bond of trust with an animal that's inherently born not to trust any of us. They're herd animals, they're pack animals. So they do great in packs. They don't do great by themselves. So the big key is you to learn about your horse to learn about you. And again, just get you to start laying down those heavy coats of burden, whatever that might be.
Horses, and you've said it many, many times, that horses will take and they can feel a gnat on their ass. Well, one of the reasons why you're having such great success of this is that they can also feel the burden of a person when they jump on, and they can feel the relief as that burden's released, correct?
They absolutely can. You know, short version of a long story is we had a gentleman, he was active duty airman. We put him next to a Belgian, which for everybody out here that's not familiar with that size of horse, take a Budweiser Clydesdale and just barely shrink it down a little bit, and that's a Belgian. I'm 6'4". I'm looking at this horse's shoulders at eye level. The guy we put next to him was 5'5" with boots on. He's looking at ribs. He'd never been on a horse before. We found out he was from the Bronx, never even had a pet dog. You know, they were strays running through the neighborhood. We got him on the horse, got him out on a trail ride. An hour later, he was so excited. He got a Powerade and went back out on the second ride. We were kidding with him when he came back. We gave him a bag of frozen peas to take with him. And if you know, you know. we were kidding, seeing if he wanted to go on a third ride. He's like, no. But I tell you what that guy did is he was so excited. He was able to deploy back out to Okinawa and stick his chest out a little higher because he overcame a fear he didn't even know was a fear. His wife was in absolute tears because she couldn't figure out why she could never get him to go to a horse event with him. And now they know why. But now they can do another thing together that they didn't do before.
So it's not just, there's a lot of discovery that can be done. And I think a lot of that, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but that's because if you go into a place, it's an animal, and you can really, once again, I do this quite often with you, and I apologize, but it's kind of like being on a motorcycle when I'm heading towards the mountains on a motorcycle. You get that feeling where it's you, the bike, nothing else.
Nothing else matters. You tune out the world. I used to drag race, and I'd be that way when I'd get, when I'm in, the helmet's on, and you're getting ready to go down a quarter mile. It's you and that tree. That's not the guy next to you. It's you and the tree and your lane. I've had a lot of expensive hobbies. In the day I used to play hockey, and I was a goalie. It was me and that puck. Yeah. 6'4", 240 at the time, and fast and flexible. They thought they just put the big dude between the pipes to take up some space. So it was me and the dude in front of me that wanted to shoot this piece of vulcanized rubber at me at 90 plus miles an hour. You zone in, you tune out. Me personally, people know when I'm in a zone, I start to yawn. And they're like, "Are we boring you?" I'm like, "No, I'm in that zone, and my body naturally starts to yawn because I'm just there, right? I'm in that moment." And it is just absolutely amazing. Again, this simple groom and brush, and horse people out here watching this, they're sitting here going like this right now because they'll know I'm right. You forget about the world. You're having a bad day, go groom your horse for an hour. Go bathe your horse. And your horse is going to enjoy it, and you're going to feel a whole lot better when you get done.
Yeah. Let's tell people about the needs of the Veterans Ranch.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot, but really it is connections. We are trying to, and when I say that, I mean we're trying to grow the advisory board. There are only 3 types of people we put on the advisory board. My wife and I are proud patriots. That means we are the 99%, like Zach, that support the 1% that said, I'll go, send me, protect and defend the Constitution, that wore the uniform. Okay. So the only people that are on the advisory board are veterans, Blue Star families, which are active duty military families, or our cherished Gold Star families that lost someone in combat. That's all that can get on the board. We're looking for aggressive go-getters, meaning people that don't mind asking for some cash, leveraging their network because they're on board and support what we're doing, and help us get our own piece of dirt. We run this out of our house right now, but right here where we're corporately based in Florida, we're looking at land, but it can disappear as fast as it gets listed because of just how great the real estate market is right now. A new program that we are starting, and we'll make the first announcement here today, is our affiliate ranch program. If you're a veteran and you own horses and you want to become us, reach out to us today, because we have a program now that can make you become us in any city in the country. We're actually going to launch our first one here shortly. They're signing the paperwork as we speak in St. Louis, Missouri. So overnight, we're going to be doubling our efforts and have the Veterans Ranch in St. Louis and the Veterans Ranch here in Lakeland, Florida.
I'm not positive on this, but I seem to think I might know somebody else who may be a good fit to work with you. It's probably the guy that I'm going to talk to here in a couple of minutes, Mr. because he's right there with you. They do a different type of PTSD training with horses, and I'm going to tell you something. His daughter is so good at it, and just watching her go is amazing, and knowing what she's been through and some of the issues that she's had. And I know that John and I were discussing the other day how she couldn't ride due to a health issue, and it was a negative experience, and she really hated it. So,
yeah, I believe it or not, it's probably been 30 days since I've been on a horse, and I'm just kind of like, really? When are we doing something else here again? Because it drives me nuts. And obviously nonprofits as a whole run on donations. We apply for grants and things of that nature. A lot of people don't realize those aren't a guarantee. Someone has to read what you wrote and like it. We do get grants from time to time, but like, for example, I filled out one last October and I didn't find out until the end of March of 2022 that we got partial funding for that grant. We're very thankful for it, but you might go 4 to 6 months before you find out an answer on those. So it's really grassroots. It's you, the American public out there watching this. Right now we're doing Project 22,000. Okay, that is 22,000 people making at least a one-time donation of $22. And if you can afford it, $22 a month. So everybody that's got a calculator out there, if you just took 22,000 people doing a one-time donation of $22, that's a lot of money. We can make a big difference in the veteran community with that. Get our own piece of dirt, buy some horses, whatever. It's endless. The ripple effect will be enormous because right within 10 counties of where I sit right now are north of 400,000 veterans in the state of Florida. So we've got a great talent pool that we can pull from, and we're just asking for your help.
JR, and I'm going to backtrack a little bit here to where you were talking about the fundraising. There's a lot of people who sit there and they talk about going, you get this every time that, so-and-so from a nonprofit wants to talk to you, do this. Oh, God, they're just going to ask for money. People actually, I think there's a lot of misconception out there that people think that we like asking for money. That's the worst part of what we do. I swear to God, if I never had to ask for another dime, I would be a happy individual. It would make my life so much better if we could just take and come up with ideas and genie them out there and poof, here it is. That's up and running. I think the life would be so much better, not just for us, but for everybody. And
because you're right. I mean, you go to a chamber meeting or a Rotary Club meeting, you're a speaker, and they find out you're a nonprofit. They immediately start grabbing their wallet because they know you're going to ask for money. We have to do it. It's tougher some days than other. others. But the main thing that we really try and focus on is educating about the mission. Most people don't realize that a horse needs to see a dentist every 6 months to a year, just like we do. That they need to get their nails trimmed, get their hooves trimmed about every 6 weeks, just about like we do. You got to see a veterinarian at least once a year. If you're an older horse, probably about 20 years and up, that might be twice a year. So if people understand where the money goes, it makes asking for the money easier. If all we do is sit here and bludgeon people over the head with gimme, 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 and they don't know why and can't get emotionally attached to why, it does make our job very hard. But we pride ourselves in educating on the mission and where the money goes and what it's for. And then it makes people understand better and they're more willing to give.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why, I asked that question for one simple reason. And is this a little bit grandstanding? Maybe. But, here at Community Pay It Forward, you are a mission partner with us. And it's on our website, communitypayitforward.us. Just go to the fundraising family, and anytime you go and you shop with any of those, you can make a donation to J.R. Smith and the Veterans Ranch receipt. All you have to do is take and simply additional money, not a penny more. Click a picture, send it to us and say, we support J.R. Smith and the Veterans Ranch. And 80% of whatever comes to us goes directly to them to make sure that they're of our wonderful veterans. One of the things that the reason why we're all here, this little code right here is the most important thing of this night. Please make sure that you're here. Order bottle to be. I gave name a stick to it. In just a little bit, we're going to be Stephanie Simoes, and she's going to tell us a little bit more of this. But JR, I wanted to take this opportunity to let you know that I have really good news for you, Mike. And that news is that I told you about program, Mr. Tuition of very sale from our dollar store, probably starting on Monday, will be coming to VCP. It's going to be the Community Dare to Care shop. And I think that you'll like this. All right, this is kind of the adult tagline, but it's the dollar store that cares a hell of a lot more. So that's
like
our
it.
tagline that we're going to go with right now. So,
Yep.
but
Like it.
I just want to.
Hey, what do we say, right? Do you give a buck? Do you give a buck about veterans? So it's the dollar store that gives a hell of a lot more. I love it.
So, but those papers are signed, my friend, and I just wanted to take this little moment to express to you that I am so proud that we're going to be on Project Die Hard, and everybody else that joins us on.
We death out here on the East Coast, everything you're doing, we all do it together, but it's like we all put in that little extra niche for each other that helps get each other over the top. Just can't say thank you enough. Thank you to One Hope Wines for great experience. Reach out to us, everyone out there, even if you're not a veteran, if you know a veteran that has a ranch that, you know, wants to do something but didn't know how, you guys can partner up together, reach out to us. We want one of these bare minimum in all 50 states. You got close to a million veterans in Missouri. You know, keep multiplying that in much bigger, larger states. There's a lot of veterans we need to help. We're losing close to 13,000 that need, you know, people need to know what they know. So reach out to us, help us out. If you want to get on the advisory board, there's a lot of things I could share.
JR, how did they get a hold of you? Do you have a phone number that they can reach out and talk to you personally?
Absolutely. Website, theveteransranch.org. Phone number, there we go. Phone number, area code 863-815-5896. 863-815-5896. Please leave a message. As everybody can imagine these days, 9 times out of 10, that office number is forwarded to my cell phone. Spam city today, you know, car warranties and health insurance and whatnot.
Is your car warranty up too?
You know, and my car went out of warranty 11 years ago, but they're still trying to renew my warranty. So
I have a 1979 Datsun B210. No.
So we ask, please leave us a message if we're not able to get to you, because I mean, you know, we are, you know, the joking one-arm wallpaper hangers here. You know, this is ran by myself, my wife, my dad, who's a Vietnam veteran. There's a lot going on at one point in time, and we don't want to miss your call. So please leave a message or shoot us an email, and we will get back to you. I was answering emails at midnight last night, so I will get back to you.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I cannot wait until we finally get to meet one-on-one.
Yes, sir.
And now I'm extremely excited because I really think that there could be a coalition here between both of our wonderful programs today, Veterans Ranch and the Martyred Angels. And I know that, you know, you two individually are two of my favorite people in the world. I just love you both with all my heart. You know, JR and John is one of my idols. You cannot hear his story and feel a little heartbreak, you know.
Yeah, you get a little allergy in your eye when you hear his story.
It's tough. You read about Bladen, but I'm going to tell you something. Hearing that story about Bladen starting that bike, that is one of the stories that, you know, it makes you tear up and laugh at the same time, because you can picture John's face when that's going on, you know. So,
it's kind of like this.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. So, but I want to thank you, my friend. We're going to keep trying. We've got another half a month to go. But as we told you last month, guess what? It doesn't stop there. See this right here? Anytime you purchase wines from One Hope Wine, you can now, from this moment on, say, we support the Veterans Ranch. Next time, if it's not till the end of May, maybe it's not until July. You want to celebrate July 4th, so you're going to order in June. You can say, I want to support the Veterans Ranch. They are now in the program. So anytime you buy One Hope Wines, you can support J.R. Smith, the Veterans Ranch, his wife and his father. So J.R., my friend, my brother, thank you very much. Let's keep this up. Let's keep it going and keep the word sharing. Make sure that we do some good. God love what you do. God bless what you do. And thank you, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Greatly appreciate it.
Not a problem. That's J.R. Smith with the Veterans Ranch. We'll be right back. And now we're back with Zach Headroom. Do you remember Max Headroom from the Coke days? You know, so there's there's that whole sun streaking thing, whatever is going on with pieces of the sun coming up, and they say it messes with the electronics. Ever since that happened, I don't know if there's any validity to it, but my internet has been worse than it's ever been. So, and that couldn't be anything that I've done. Absolutely not.
Definitely not.
Or it could be everything I've done. So, but once again, another great story. And as we do want to point out that the one thing that you do have to do from now on is get a hold of our wonderful, wonderful Stephanie here and let her know that, you know what, I support Veterans Ranch. I support Martyred Angels. I support the Avery Center, and I support Project Die Hard. These are already programs that we've introduced to Hope Wines. And all you have to do is from now on say, hey, Stephanie, I want a great wine and I want to support one of these four groups. So let's make sure that we get this going and we keep this going. So we asked you about camping.
Yeah.
What about, since JR's in Florida, what about a beach day?
Ooh, good question. Beach days are hot. All right. So again, several wines come to mind, but I've kind of narrowed it down to two. And one of them I know you actually enjoy. So I think hot days, white wine, really cold. I'm going to go with the Moscato, keeping it sweet on a beach day. I love this wine. It's a still. We also have a sparkling Moscato, but it's delicious. And I find that this could be really refreshing and sweet to like have on that fun day out. So I would go with the sparkling, with the still Moscato. I would pack in my cooler. You can keep it nice and cold. This one has notes of nectarine, orange blossom, candied lemon, and citrus zest. So this is definitely for those really sweet wine lovers. This one is great sweet selection. And go ahead. What were you going to say? I know you like this one.
That is one of them that we tried, and absolutely, yes, it was fantastic. I can see that as a beach day. I know that Adrienne loves there's a beach that she used to go to in Texas, and I know that would be something that when we go there, maybe I'll take a bottle of wine with me, take me a Moscato. But what else do you got?
I've got one more. So I actually would pack a red also. And here's why I would pack this red, because our winemaker actually says that you can chill this wine and it's delicious served cold. I didn't know that before I started with One Hope, but I will tell you that this Vintner Pinot Noir, when you chill it and then drink it, the berries in it taste totally different. It takes it to like a whole different experience for me. So I would, again, pack this one in my cooler, serve it cold, nice and refreshing, and just a different spin on it. Not super sweet, but delicious. This one has notes of ripe raspberries, dark cherry, and hints of cinnamon. I feel like you can really taste the cinnamon in this one. And again, it could be served, room temp or chilled. Now that I've tried both, I prefer it on the chilled side.
See, that's another one. You use the word cherry, and it's actually kind of funny. You look around my chaos of a desk right now, you see a lot of cherry hints. We got that. I've got a cherry Coke going on because I'm not a snob for one of the brands, so I just try to drink a little bit of both. But I like me some cherry stuff. So two of the wines that you've mentioned today are right down my alley.
Yeah. And I mean, not super sweet, not as sweet as the Moscato, but delicious. And if you wanted to take this wine and sweeten it up a little bit more, if you're someone that really likes that sweetness, this is a delicious wine to make into a red sangria also. Throw in your favorite fruit, maybe tropical fruits even. Throw some pineapple in there, some blueberries, apples, whatever you've kind of got at home. Let it sit overnight in the fridge with your fruits in it. Delicious.
That actually sounds really good. It really does. So once we get back to doing these live and I get back to where I can do the wine tasting thing again, because I am the taste tester here, that is my job. But
It's a fun job, isn't it? You
Oh,
get to
yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, right now there's a little bit of a head issue that probably not a great thing to be drinking when, when I'm having these headaches, but maybe it might be a great thing for them. I don't know. So, but Stephanie, how do they get a hold of you, my dear?
So definitely through our virtual event page, which is right on Facebook. We shared the QR code to that earlier. We'll drop that again. Another thing, though, along with reaching out to me, if you want some recommendations on selections, we do have a fun sale going on, and it's called the Mystery 6-Pack Sale. A 6-pack of wine for $99. Now, I said mystery, right? So if you're somebody that wants to explore with your taste buds and doesn't mind a surprise coming in the mail, there's an all white wine option. There is an all red wine option. And then there is a mixed option of red and white. And it's a fun sale that's going on just this month. And of course, still every bottle will go back to these organizations that we're supporting. So yeah, through the virtual event, QR code right on the top there, I am active on that page. You can reach out to me there. On Facebook, if you need any recommendations, have questions about how to support, or need any information, definitely connect with me there.
We'd also like to invite you to come on and maybe post your favorite pairings of One Hope wines. Let's talk about your experience with some of the One Hope wines that you have had before, you've ordered, and let's really make sure that we use this page to share our experiences. This is something we really want you to be involved with, because there's so many people that this affects. It's such a great thing. Like I said, finding you a month and a half, 2 months ago now, just running across you, my twin brother introduced us, and I can't thank him enough for doing that. And this has been an amazing beginning to what I'm hoping is a very, very long relationship when it comes to this. So we would also like to make sure that everybody knows this isn't something we're planning on stopping anytime soon, right, Stephanie?
Nope, this is going to be an ongoing thing. We will have nonprofit organizations that we will be highlighting every single month. So I hope that you all, whether you're watching live or you catch the replay, that you kind of follow along, join us, link arms with us in our mission. It's that simple. Like Zach said, if you see one of the recipes on the page and you happen to jump in and try it, take a picture, post about it, give some feedback. I'm sharing a lot of drink recipes, food pairing recipes there, and they're a lot of fun. So definitely share, even if it's just a glass of wine that you poured with dinner to support these organizations, share on that page. But it's that simple. You shop these fundraising links, and every purchase is going to donate to the cause of your choice, the Veterans Ranch or Martyred Angels. So there's a link that is separate for each of them. Just want to point that out. And those are noted on the virtual event page too. So any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, connect with me. I'd be happy to make recommendations or share about any current promotions going on.
Are you a nonprofit that's looking for a little bit of help, maybe getting your word out? Guess what? We'd love to talk to you. You can give us a call at 970-909-0751. Once again, that's 970-909-0751. If I don't answer, please leave a message. As JR mentioned, I'm getting a lot of calls about my Datsun B210's warranty being up. I don't actually have a Datsun B210. I finally destroyed that car. Took forever to do it, but I did it a long time ago. So, but please, let's get you in front of all these other wonderful people out here. Let's get you introduced to One Hope Wines, and let's find out how we can help you, because what you're doing is so important, not just to you, not just to your family, but so many. If you're doing good in this world, we will really want to take part, and we really want to do our part to support you. One Hope Wines and Community Pay It Forward are all in on this. We don't have to know you to love you. We don't have to know you to support you. All we want to know is that you take this serious and we're able to help. Being good, doing good is something that we all want to see more of. So please remember, top QR code is for our virtual event right there on Facebook. If you'd like to get a hold of us, please leave us a message right there. One of us will get back to you. The second QR code is the Veterans Ranch. Great buddy JR, you just heard him talking about horse therapy. Well, a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful program. I'm so excited that they're getting the second location in the St. Louis area. That is so fantastic. And then, of course, Martyred Angels is right there on the bottom. Please, 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 if you're anywhere near the Boulder area on June 11th, show your support. If you have anything that you can donate as a silent auction item, please get a hold of us. 970-909-0751. 970-909-0751. All donations are much needed. All donations are tax deductible. Just let us know. We can get you the receipt and you can support a great cause. Stephanie, again, I want to thank you so very much for another wonderful, wonderful month. Any last closing words?
Thank you, Zach. No, I'm just really excited. I hope everyone shares this event around. Share with your wine-loving friends that really love to support great organizations like these two guys here.
Yeah. And as we always say, please love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. Folks, nobody has to go it alone when we all come together. If you have clothing that no longer fits you, throw it in your car. Give it to somebody who's struggling with the elements. Have food in the fridge. Maybe you made a little bit too much for dinner. Throw it in an old butter bowl. Hit it in the microwave, zap it up. Go give it to somebody who's struggling with hunger. There's only one race on this earth, and that's the human race. So let's support each other. Let's make sure that we're taking care of each other. Community Pay It Forward and Hope Wines have started this to try to help our friends in the nonprofit world. If you do have a problem with drinking, we understand and we want to support you. Please look for the number in the upcoming video. It gives you a number for the National Help Hotline. Please contact them or somebody else immediately if you have that trouble. If you need some extra help, get a hold of us. We've got resources that can help you out. Once again, this is about One Hope Wines. This is about Community Pay It Forward. This is about the Veterans Ranch, and this is about Martyred Angels. Mainly, this is about you finding a way to help us do some great things in this community. Thank you very much for joining us, and for Stephanie, for JR, for John, and for everybody, all of our partners at the Community Pay It Forward fundraising program. We thank you very much, and we will see you in the beginning of May for a new month, new categories, new friends. Thank you.